Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with the main frame assembly. We'll go ahead and build all of the components into this side of the frame, and then we'll add on to this side what we need to. We should be able to just sandwich it together. It's pretty nice because all the parts are laid out here with their respective fixing items right in each little compartment. So it should be pretty easy to follow along with the manual and add the bits where they need to go without having to search for the hardware that we need. We'll also add the battery plate and some of the front electronics and gyro mount equipment as well. We'll also add the canopy stays and the breakaway tabs and stuff like that as we go. So go ahead and stay tuned as we build this and put this together. Alright, so I got the main frame assembly completed. It went together fairly well. It's really straightforward. I gotta say, I really like the fit and finish of this build. Everything went together very tightly. The tolerances are very tight. You know, the hardware is very strong, is very stable, so that when the frame is all built together, there's literally no flex. This area here is where the tail assembly will go as well. I really like how all of the push-pull mixers are all on this one axle for the elevator arm. Seems to make for a lot less moving parts, having bell cranks in all kinds of different places. Maybe it'll make it a little easier for there to be less slop as well. But might be kind of a tight squeeze getting into the speed controller wires to run the speed controller wires under here for the motor. I'll probably just unscrew this and lift it up so that I can get to the wiring underneath. But where the servo layout is, it looks like I'll be able to very easily sneak the wires up front here where I'm going to have the receiver. My tail servo, as you can see, for a previous use, Dan had cut the wire fairly short, so when I've got this servo here, I'm just probably going to have to run an extension up to the front, which is okay because we're gonna parse out the positive and negative here so that we can run it regulated off the receiver. So I really like the way the meshing is done on this build here. The motor is statically mounted to the motor mount, but the whole motor mount and bottom bearing block assembly is adjustable, as you can see here. So it all moves as one unit, which is really nice because you retain this third bearing, so you got the upper, middle, and then this third bearing here for the motor on this extra bearing block down here. We did pick up an extra one, extra bearing block, but I did notice that the stock one is a little bit thicker of a mount, so it actually seats up against the pinion quite a bit nicer. Right now we're going to run a 12-tooth pinion on this to start with. I've got a 13-tooth pinion in case we decide to go that route as well. Yeah, everything is fairly cut and dry. The next thing we're going to do is build up the head, and then we'll also build the tail out as well. And after that, we'll start working on getting the electronics assembled. Alright, thanks for watching.